Hi everybody. What I'm gonna do today is clean my Ruger LCP2. This is in a 22 long rifle. It came out about 2 years ago. It's a very popular gun now. Very fun gun to shoot too. I mean, you can't help but smile. I can't help but smile when I'm out shooting it. It's just a lot of fun. And 22, if you can find it, is or still can be pretty cheap if you do find it. But what I'll do is do the disassembly. First of all, I'm going to check everything, make sure that the gun is clear. All right, I've cleaned cleared all the ammo out from the area. There's nothing in this area where I'm cleaning the gun. That's a good safety measure, just to make sure you have the gun empty and everything out. And today I was just using 2 magazines. I put about 70 rounds through it. One thing that people complain about a lot is that when you go to reload this, they give you a reloader with it, which I find more awkward than just putting the rounds in. A lot of people complain about the top of the magazine digging into your skin. I guess I did 160 rounds once, and I started to feel it, but I didn't get any breakage in my skin or anything like that. So I prefer just to load it like you would any other magazine without a loader, a speed loader. So that magazine's empty, and this one is too. Alright, the disassembly. I'm gonna take the camera here and try to get it in a good position so I can have my 2 hands free while I show you all this. Now, one thing I wanted to show you first before I get started is the cleaning supplies that I use. I mentioned this barricade in the Ruger SP101 357 Magnum video that I did. I like this a lot. It lubricates, displaces moisture, and it puts a film on any metal surface. And it's great as a rust preventative. I've been using for years now is this cleanse oil, which cleans and lubricates at the same time. It does an excellent job of cleaning. And a little toothbrush, old toothbrush I never had in my mouth. Use that for cleaning out the small areas that I can get to. And this I like, it's the Hops number 9, but it's a weatherproof version. Weather guard it has in it. I like to use this in some of the moving parts, like the safety and on the parts of the slide, just to give it a little extra protection. Okay, I'm not going to go over the setup of the gun or anything at this point. I'm just going to make this a cleaning video. Like I said, I just put about 70 rounds through it, I believe. And it'll be somewhat dirty. 22 long rifle ammo is very dirty anyways. So the first thing you have to do is, I got the safety on. There's no magazine in it. There's a pin right here, and if you watch some videos on other channels, like on YouTube, that pin can be very easy to take out, or somewhat awkward, or very difficult for some people. Mine's kind of this gun is kind of semi-awkward to get that out of there. So what I do to prevent any damage to the finish is I get this gun cleaning cloth in place, because what I'm going to do is take a small screwdriver and press it against that pin, or use a screwdriver to try to pry that pin out. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Pin pulls right out. And once you got that off, the rest is pretty easy. Slide comes right off the top. You got the frame here, and the slide with the barrel and the recoil pin, recoil rod. This is very easy too. This just basically pops into place. Take it off the barrel. There's a spring tension to it, very little actually though, and that comes right off the pin and the rod. And then the barrel, lift that up from the top of the slide and pull that out. So there it is, pretty much completely disassembled. Takes about 30 seconds if you're just going fast. And what I do is you might be able to see this, there's a little bit of discoloration from the ammo. I'll clean that off. I try to clean down and below, and any little areas I'll take the brush to it. And that'll do the barrel. And then the slide, which doesn't get too bad, but clean it all up, lubricate everything. A few drops of cleanse oil. Get a little bit on the hammer. And then I'll just brush it real good. Try to get in the slide rails here too, make sure they're clean. This polymer frame on this, there's not that much metal in the gun. You have the barrel and the slide. Yeah, the guide rod and recoil spring. Yeah, it's a little bit better. You can see that all the dirt's out. It's a little bit of shine from some oil. Not bad. Oh, so there's the frame. When I get done, I'll clean the whole thing on the outside. Next thing I'll do, I think I'll do now, is the slide itself. Drop a couple drops of cleanse oil in there. And scrub it with the toothbrush. I think 22 typically has a lot of wax between the casing. Sorry, the casing and the round itself. It's sealed with wax often. Some of the rounds are really dirty. This isn't too bad. This was the Winchester, I think max 22. Just a standard velocity. Standard velocity, I think like 1260 out of a feet per second out of a rifle. But as you probably know, out of a handgun, it's a lot. Especially this handgun, it's a 2 3/4 inch barrel. But out of a handgun, it's a lot lower velocity than that. Some of the people with chronographs on YouTube, I think, put it about 900 or 1,000 feet per second coming out of a pistol. I think I probably have 600 or 700 rounds through it now. I got it last November, and you get a little bit of metal showing through it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it back near the end of the slide. You can also see that around the where the hammer and the slide are, just from the wear of it. You know, using it, no difference as far as function. It's just something that happens over time. Okay, there's the firing pin. That moves a little bit. See on this end, it's pretty clean. If we look over at the pin itself, I hope this picks it up. I'll make my finger in there. You can see the pin comes out and strikes the back of the casing there, and the face of that part of the slide is all dirty, which means that firing pin will be dirty in there too. I got the cleanse oil on there. Alright, well, like that. And the face of the slide is clean now. Push on the pin. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hold that out. With this. Yeah. Get a little shinier. Okay. And that's the slide. Yeah, the guide rod. This I just wipe off quick. And what I'm going to do at the end when I go to assemble is I'm going to reassemble the gun. I'm going to put barricade on this cloth and hit everything again as I put it back together. Right here I'm trying to get it clean and Yeah, get most of the dirt off of it. There's the recoil spring. Alright, the last thing we have is the barrel. Okay. What I'll do is I'll do the outside real quick because I might get the inside of the barrel dirty as I'm doing the outside. I'll do the inside at the end. Just put a few drops around the face of this barrel. As you can imagine, it gets really dirty. And some people don't clean the gun every time. I will, because that's the way I am. But definitely recommend cleaning a 22 every time because they're typically fouled pretty bad. Slippery. Okay, put a few drops of cleanse oil in there. And one thing I didn't show you before was the snake that I have. These come in a bunch of different calibers. This is for the 22 long rifle. And within the snake here is a copper brush, maybe 6 inches down from the front. I like to put oil on there too. And as you draw that through the barrel, it's going to scrape the inside of the barrel, and well, not scrape it, but brush it out. The copper being softer than steel won't mark the steel. I like to put some oil in the beginning portions of the snake and leave the end of the snake to like kind of clean it out and dry it. Okay. And draw that through. There's the brush. Clean it up. Yeah, probably what I should have done was try to show you the barrel before I cleaned it, but there's one pass through. Hopefully you can see. If not, then I'll take a picture and put it in after. Better if I didn't have my hand over the end. What I'll do is pass that through again. 2 seems to be plenty enough to get it clean. Right. I can't see anything. I'll wipe this up. Hope you can actually see what I'm doing this time. Well, I got everything clean with cleanse oil. What I'm going to do now is reassemble the gun. Right, well, you have to start with the slide on the top, obviously, because this is what you put back on the frame. I'm going to wipe this out with the cloth. Again, getting some barricade in there. What I try to do is not touch the metal part after I've cleaned it off, which can be difficult. But there, you just basically drop the barrel back in there. Touching it, I'll just wipe it off after. The back side of the guide rod goes on the end of the barrel, and there's a notch here for it. Right here. So it just lays in there. Okay, you put the front part in the front of the gun first, the spring and the guide rod, and then drop the back part. Looks like a nail head. You drop that into the barrel, and that's holding it all in place. So the only thing left here is the pin, this assembly pin, which I don't know if I cleaned, so I'll clean that. Then we have the assembled slide with the barrel in it and the pin. What I'll do is I'll take that, I'll barricade the interior of the frame and the guide rod, or the slide guides here. Drop it in there. The barricade is going to do anything with plastic, so I'll drop this into the metal parts only around the trigger and the where the magazine goes in, where the safety is, or the slide release, I'm sorry. So I'll take the hops number 9 with the weather guard. Oops, jeez, way too much. Those 3 drops where I needed 1 at the most. Alright, so what I like to do is activate the safety a few times, make sure everything's moving, make sure there's oil in there, and then wipe it off. The slide has to go on starting at these slide rails, and they're in the back of the gun here, so get it on there, get in position at right here at the beginning, putting up the rails on the slide, or on the frame, and slide it in position. Now basically this is all back together, except for this pin, again, which can be kind of tricky. What I found, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little piece of metal there which holds the pin in place. What it also does is, on this gun, maybe some of the other versions of the same gun might be a little bit easier, but it seems to be a little high up on mine. So I kind of got to put it in that angle and push that back, and then try to pop that into position, which it doesn't always want to do. So what I do is I move. If I know there's no ammo, I'll make sure the safety's on. If I push it back, it pops right into place. And all I did was activate, if you can see, is push the slide back a little bit, and that gave me enough room in there with the mechanism to just pop that pin right in. Okay, so at the end, oh, by the way, what I have on here is a Hogue grip. My hands are so big and this gun is so small, this really doesn't, it's not even an ounce, doesn't add any weight, but it gives me a bigger grip to hold on to. I can feel the gun a lot better, feel like I got a better grip. Like I said, it's inconsequential as far as conceal kit for me, because I'm big, I got big pockets, so if I put it in as a pocket gun, that whole grip is inconsequential. This is a great gun. As far as comfort, carrying this gun, this is feels like a wallet in your pocket. Don't even know it's there. Often I have to check my pocket to see that it's still there. A lot of people do not like 22 long rifle for concealed carry and any kind of self-defense situation. Because I'm kind of torn myself. I can take this gun is very accurate for 2 3/4 inch barrel. At 10 yards, I can draw it and hit a silhouette, 12 by 20 silhouette, 10 times out of 10, almost always, without even looking down the sights. Doesn't take long to get there either. Maybe 50 or 100 rounds, and you should be able to do the same thing. And it's very small, so things are moving a lot less distance in a bigger gun, and I can unload this. I'll have to time it sometime. I would say 2.5 seconds. I could put 11 shots on a silhouette at 10 yards. Me myself, I am not going to do that in a 9mm. You have a bigger gun. Even a 9mm, though it's not a huge gun or a very powerful round, does have some kick, so you have to acquire the target again. You shoot this and you don't come off target. So like I said, if you get it on there and just unload the gun within a few seconds, they put 11 shots on a target at 10 yards. Not saying it's a great caliber for concealed carry, but if you can put 11 shots on target in a few seconds at 10 yards, that's a pretty significant advantage. Just that aspect of it. Now, what damage will that do on the target that you're hitting at 10 yards? There are some 22 rounds, higher velocity, some segmented hollow points that will do more damage. There's a large debate on that. This gun is a lot better than nothing for concealed carry. It is so easy to carry and so enjoyable to carry that I have carried it. Typically, I will bring my 9mm because it's only, what is it, 18 or 19 ounces. This is 11 ounces. 9mm is a lot larger frame. I will typically carry that 9mm if I'm going to carry a gun, but I have carried this, and yeah, we don't have any delusions as far as what you're going to do with a 22 long rifle bullet, but yes, you can kill somebody, and it could be effective. Whether or not you want to take that gamble is up to you. Alright, well, that's about it. I'm just going to wipe down the outside. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching.